We are live. We are live. We are live. 11:15. Listen. This is the CP. The CP 15 minutes mandatory. Just in case folks wondered if I was from the Caribbean or not. No, but in all seriousness, it's good to be back. It's going to be on air per usual. Haiti Business new show. Monday to Friday. Well, it's not Monday to Friday anymore. As you guys recall, we're a Sunday only show. For those who are watching this after the fact, you can be here live with us in the room, speaking, collaborating, providing a perspective on Sundays, 11 a.m. I promise, heart to hand, we'll work on being much more prompt. We'll work on that. A lot of moving parts to get the show on the air. So I do apologize for that. But 11 a.m. for those who are watching after the fact, you can participate. So let me retry my intro. Haiti Biz News Show, Sundays weekly. Bring you news that's going to keep you informed, engaged, interacting in the most optimal way for your business investment and entrepreneurial activity. Today is the 10th of November. We're going to talk about it. It's good to be back, and we have a couple folks already coming into the stream. I see you two. I see Rodney Chaz. Oh, my God, didn't know it. Excusez-moi, frère. Rodney Chaznier. I'm gonna go with that. Good morning. And then we got Sean Saturn over also on YouTube. Good morning. Good to have you guys on the stream today. Got a couple of other folks coming in too. We got Jason Dianis also on stream. I missed the daily show as well, but I can tell you I've made incredible progress on the book, so that's moving forward. Trucking, so it's certainly a trade-off that I'm going to promise to pay off to you guys once we can get that out and published. I promise you. So, and I think I answered Sean's question there. We have Shani Mil also in the stream this morning. Good morning. Good morning. Right. Ça fait nèg pas mal. On est nèg la men posé sur bloc glace à l'aise. Right. We're doing good. We're doing good. Right. Again, just good to have some folks, the usual folks from the daily show, also following us to the weekly. I know Sundays isn't maybe the best time for some people between church and just, enjoying a lazy day off after a long week. But for those who are able to join and continue to be a part of it, I do appreciate you guys for sure. And of course, as you guys who are in early, do share that stream. As we know, the more folks we could have be part of the stream, be part of the conversation, the better overall experience we have here. We have Chantal Evenso. Good morning. Good morning. Good to have you in the stream, my brother. All right. So some quick announcements. Want to just hit off really quick. YouTube, SeeJeanty on location. We had an episode where we highlighted Ascania chocolates. Ascania chocolates. For those who have not seen that episode yet, it's on the YouTube. It's going to be on the link below. Should already be in the link in the description of this video, but just go to the YouTube channel, YouTube SeeJeanty, and you'll be able to see we had Corrine of Ascania with us. Incredible founder, incredible owner, incredible woman. Tiger really has incredible accolades. Who honestly didn't have any reason to come back to Haiti. I mean, she could have very easily been living a very comfortable life, six figures, doing her thing as a consultant or engineer in the States. But she was like, nah, there's bigger things. There's more important things, just making money. It's about making money, but also doing it in a way that can benefit Haiti and provide jobs, provide employment, provide economic opportunity. And we featured her chocolate company, really, chocolates from Haiti. I mean, when you think about something that can check off all the boxes when it comes to a Haitian enterprise, it's using agriculture, it's providing blue-collar jobs, it's providing white-collar jobs, right? And additionally, and most importantly, it's exporting this product out. I mean, its market size, even though you can buy it in Haiti, it's really geared and targeted to folks out in the country. Let me go ahead and respond to something here. Right, and when you think about what it's doing, again, exporting out to the country and really getting the name brand of what Haiti is and Haiti consumption of its products out. I mean, truly, I envy Kareem, because she really is doing a venture that I certainly at some point would like to get a version of that myself. You know, I'm kind of in that sphere where I'm working with some talented Haitians here in Haiti in my office, and we're working for companies all around the world. So in a way, again, we're out facing, and I always implore anyone who's trying to come into the country. I can tell you, I get a lot of folks who reach out to me, and I enjoy being reached out to. I enjoy having those conversations with people about what their business idea is and what they're looking to do, and I do get fired up. But I tell you what, I get the most fired up on is when somebody approaches me and says, "Hey, Chris, I have an idea to take XYZ thing that's here in the country and get it out of the country," right? Because that's how economic growth works, right? That's how countries elevate themselves out of the conditions that they're at. You know, you look at China, you look at, so many other countries that have risen out of poverty. It's because we had a series of entrepreneurs who came back, not just to open up a depot in Haiti, not just to come and ship clothes and come in and open up a brick cement little, sort of industry, which again, I'm not knocking any of that. It's needed. We need everything in the country. But what fires me up in terms of impact, when you have just young, intelligent Haitians and they come back with ideas and say, okay, well, we have this sort of product and we're going to, ship it to Florida. We have this sort of product and we're going to ship it to New York and then sell it in New York. We have this sort of product and ship it to Canada. I mean, and she's doing that, right? And so again, if you haven't had Escania chocolates yet, right, make it a point. Check out the video first, right, and then hit up her website and buy from her. So again, I can make this whole video just about that idea of getting products from Haiti out to the world. And I think probably, I'm sure. But let's move on from there. A few more folks in the stream. We have Jackson here this morning. Good morning. We have Judy Ducatel. It's good to have you in the chat, my dear. We've had a brief but deep correspondence on the YouTube chats. So good to have you in here. Look forward to your input in the conversation, right? We have further folks, Adele Alfred. Good to see you, my dear. Always good to see you here in the chat this morning. Let's see. We have, and some folks conversating back and forth. Good stuff. And looking in the IG right now, we have Latouche. We have a few folks here. Let me wave to you guys here. Good to have IG in participating as well. Let's see what's going on with the stream. Let me go and fix that. Something is acting a little funny there. Let me fix that for you guys. Let's see. There we go. Let me fix the IG stream. Acting just a little funny there. Hopefully that will connect in a second. All right, there we go. And we are back with a functioning IG live stream. Perfect. All right. What else we have? So Haiti Biz News, everything we talk about today is going to be on HaitiBizNews.com, HaitiBizNews.com. And so even though we're not daily anymore, you can still get your daily dose of what's going on in Haiti, translated automatically in English. Go to the best top websites all across the internet and provide you very topical information to keep you in the know. The goal is to build this thing out to someday be the Haiti Bloomberg, the Haiti CNBC, keeping you on the pulse of just general activity, but most importantly, geared towards understanding the business environment and your place in that ecosystem. So again, HaitiBizNews.com for all your needs, even when I'm not online, right? We have a special announcement certainly to share. It's the NAAHP. What that is the National Association of Haitian Professionals. They're holding their 8th annual conference down in South Florida, the FIU Corvin Center, the Biscayne Bay campus. It's happening on November 22nd and November 23rd. later this month. I would certainly like to see some folks who maybe did not know about this or haven't participated in the 7 other times they've held this to come and participate. It's an organization that's been around, doing a very good job of keeping those within the community most productive in the diaspora, connected, engaged, and doing different things related to their professions. And it's open to anybody and everyone who just wants to participate in general. And this conference is really a platform. I've been there. I think this is going to be probably my 3rd time going overall. And I can tell you between the panels that are held, the sort of conversations that are had, it's certainly worth going. It's certainly worth participating. The sort of connections and networks you make. I can tell you myself, I am appreciating the fact that I met some of the people I've met at those events, because again, you're usually around some of the more productive people who are not just talking about Haiti in the barbershop, not just talking about Haiti online and comments. You're seeing folks who are not only putting their energy and time, but money behind, really being involved. And in terms of pure networking opportunity, certainly the NAAHP conference is certainly a place you really want to consider. And a lot of times when people reach out to me and they're like, hey, Chris, how do I, I'm trying to do this idea and I'm trying to just come back. What ideas do you have? I usually tell folks there's a handful of conferences you want to go to that really help you connect very quickly, rather than just one-on-one and just emailing, and you never know if the person's going to respond or stuff like that. You can, NAAHP is certainly one I refer to. Haiti Tech Summit is another. The Innovative Tourism Summit is another big one. And there's a lot of little handful ones that happen throughout the smaller ones, though. But you kind of just have to keep your ear out and just watch your IG field. But those are certainly the top 3, and NAAHP is one of them. So again, the link is going to be below. Do reach out, connect to that event. You'll see the prices and everything within the link. I'll be there. So for whoever who wants to kind of hang out or chat, you see me at that event, and don't be a stranger. Do reach out, come talk to me. I love talking to folks who I engage on the regular online because those folks are usually pretty darn interesting once you finally meet them. So, I look forward to seeing you guys there. All right. NAAHP conference, again, link is going to be below. And as always, share the stream. The more people who are involved in this conversation we're going to have today, the better quality conversation is for everyone involved, including myself. Right? There's only so much I can cover, even though I'm in the country and I'm relatively involved, connected. It's always good to have different perspectives, because I'm not the authority, right? I'm just very well researched, and other folks can easily take as much time to research than me, right? Give me 1 second, guys. All right. Actually, bear with me. It's one of the things when you're still doing stuff during business hours, you're still having to juggle responsibilities. Give me 1 second here. All right, we got lots of news to discuss and go over. Certainly looking forward to getting that started and getting that underway. All right. All right, let's get going. So quite a bit of news to get over and really dissect into. Let me take a look at the chat and see what we have going on. Post a link. Certainly, link is posted. WAP Mini 99. Certainly, really good to see you. We have Dodge Mini in here as well. Blessed Sunday. Definitely good to see you as well in the chat. Right. All right. And so first and foremost, we have to talk about the Haiti protests, right? We have to engage and get that, out the way. As much as I really do not like engaging in the political sphere, but given how much it's affecting the overall climate, the overall situation, we definitely have to talk about it. Now, it's been very nice. It's been very nice to have a bit of calm, since the continual and very difficult situation for many of the people in trying to navigate, including myself, including as someone who has a footprint here, even though the footprint isn't necessarily connected directly to the directly into the economy, because even though we have a fiscal presence here. Let me get that on. All right, even though we have a physical presence here, selling necessarily things to the economy, because I found that out very quickly, because the first version of the business we had was very much connected. Right, we had a domestic staffing company here. We were growing very well. I realized the overall pool of the amount of clients you can get just so limited, which is ultimately why I decided, we have to see what we can do to still galvanize employment, but also connect to the larger economy, international economy. And that's where the outsourcing idea came. And I've been very happy that we've been able to go in that direction, because otherwise we'd be in a very tough spot. But nonetheless, the protests we do have to talk about. We've had a calm, and the calm has really been led because many of the opposition have decided to try to get a unified front, a unified point of discussion amongst themselves. The past weekend, in fact, we had 4 major opposition groups, or several of the opposition groups come together to form 4 major parties, and over the course of 2 days at the Marriott, decided on, in effect, next steps. Right? They decided to basically, nothing specific, right? The main thing they've decided was what direction to move into, because there were 2 paths in front of them. The first path had to do with going through the Court of Cassation, which is a judicial branch, and allowing them, and we talked about this in the past in terms of what's next, right? Allowing the judicial branch to, in effect, be the ones to ratify certain activities of this group of alternatives, right? And the first one was the Court of Cassation themselves, one of their members being the transitional president, right? And the PM would be nominated by the transitional president, and ultimately what this alternative assembly has decided was that the PM would come from someone of this alternative group, would be nominated to be the prime minister, right? And the president, again, would be a judge from the Court of Cassation, and that was the path. It was a little uncertainty, because there is some groups, for example, Famille Lavalas, that is saying that they don't want any of that, right? They want just toss the whole baby out with the bathwater and start just a brand new system, and because they're of the belief of what the people are saying, which is they want a brand new system. Whereas the alternative assembly has said, we're going to go that way in terms of a new constitution and a brand new system, but we're going to do it as much as possible within the framework of the current Constitution, which does allow and afford, in the case where the president is ruled unable to govern, that the Cour de Cassation would then, be the ones to select, be very key and pivotal in picking the transitional government to move forward. All right, and that's really where we're at right now in the conversations and discussions, right? And that's what was announced just last night. For those who follow me on IG, you may have saw that I was there at the hotel when I was going. For those who aren't aware, though I have discussed it, I am part of a political action group that is trying to ensure that the diaspora voice is a part of any new thing that comes next, right? I'm not of the political sphere. I'm just someone who realizes that all roads lead to politics in the country. All roads are affected by the political climate. And so, however, one can engage without being part of the very problem, right? That is certainly the way to go about it. And so I was there in the context of an observer watching and ensuring that the diaspora component was certainly part of any byline of anything that comes out of it, right? Not just myself, we're part of a larger organization, the United Front of the Haitian Diaspora, who we're going to try to bring the executive director on air at the top of the next hour to give a few words about basically their perspective of what's going on and their engagement with the United Front of the Haitian Diaspora, being the group that initially pushed for and successfully got Martelly to sign the dual citizenship executive order and law in place that allows you sitting right now in the Haitian diaspora, if you're of a Haitian descent, mom or dad, to be able to come to the country and function as a Haitian national and nothing else special needed, so long as you have a mother or father that themselves were born, or preferably you were born. It doesn't matter if you have a passport from another country or not. So it was interesting. If those, I think the IG is still up. It was very, I can tell you, the way to describe it was chaos, progression despite chaos, because there was, during the meetings, there were people coming in and yelling and saying, you guys weren't the ones in the streets getting smoked, tear gassed and shot, right? Even though a lot of them were, a lot of the folks in there certainly were part of the street protests. And there was a general feeling by some people that some of the things that were being discussed weren't necessarily representative of the PEP, in particular if, because the majority of the people who were just outside the meeting, they wanted a Cour de Cassation path rather than a complete total removal. That certainly was my understanding. The chants that were happening outside the door certainly was of that same direction. And despite the fact that things at some points did get pretty chaotic, particularly as folks were coming in and out, there was a degree of order as time went on. Everyone in the room was able to voice their perspectives. And again, who was in the room? We had certainly the four major political parties right now trying to push the narrative of getting Jovenel out. And in addition, we had observers from different associations and sects of the economy and political spectrum, from religious groups to groups representing the moto drivers, groups representing the tap-taps, groups representing the voodoo, right? Groups representing women, representatives representing just every sector of the social sphere was in the room, and they had opportunities to provide their perspectives in terms of what they wanted, and the universal feeling not feeling what was stated, with the exception of a very small handful, maybe, I don't know, out of a group of, I think there was at least 50 to 60 people in that room, maybe one or two said they didn't want to go past the Court of Cassation, right? And so later that night, things were formalized, things were signed, and an announcement on the Nouvelliste, which you can also find Haiti Business News, came out that they are going to move towards the path of the Court of Cassation, which is a very important step in terms of legitimizing the alternative, the opposition, because before, you could very easily argue there was multiple voices all wanting different things, and now things have coalesced into basically one thing, which is, Jovenel has to go. That hasn't gone, but they're going to go the path of as close to the Constitution as possible, which is important, right? Which is very important. There's protests planned today's Sunday, and also Monday, to, in effect, get the word out that there is a decision made in terms of how to move forward, right? So that's really the update when it relates to that. Jovenel is still not budging. Jovenel still is of the mindset that he isn't going anywhere. And it's important to share that. The international community as well have more or less reaffirmed the need for dialogue, right? Rather than anything else. But I think this legitimizes the opposition to say we have something else. It's not just literally chaos we're trying to push onto Haiti. We have a process here. And here's what we signed amongst all the groups, minus Famille Lavalas. And here's how we're going to try to move forward. So we're going to see how this week unfolds. We're going to pay attention to how things are moving. I see that this book is probably really, there we go, maybe a little less movement there. It's really probably distracting you guys. I do apologize. Oh, by the way, that book is next week's on location. We'll leave it at that. I guess you guys are really paying attention. The preview of a lot of stuff, a lot of times, are going to be right back here. Of what? So let's see who's really paying attention, right? So that's a big part of the Haiti protests. We've had some other things going on as relates to it. For example, economist Fritz Alphonse-Jean has made it clear that even when a new president and a new transitional president comes into place, they're going to have their work cut out for them because the last 2 to 3 years, Haiti has been in a massive budget deficit, in large part because of these protests that have been happening and ongoing each year. For example, just last year, they had a budget deficit of $200 million. And this year, the budget deficit has been growing and is expected to surpass that. So again, altogether, they're looking at 600 to 700 million in shortfall. Bear in mind that the IMF has offered but then suspended because no legitimate government, about 279 million in a no interest loan for over 3 to 4 years. And the World Bank also has on the table about 60 to 70 million dollars in budgetary support, also suspended because of the protests and the inability of the Haitian government to have a proper government in place. And so that's kind of where we're at. So even when those things are delivered, you'd still be short 300 mil. And so the idea that needs to be understood is that despite whatever new comes out of this, maybe a new constitution, a totally new framework, the next administration is going to have their hands tied behind their back, and it's very likely that frustration of the population may rise once again, right? And so that's something very much to, take to heart and keep in the forefront. And I think I can tell you, being in that meeting, certainly that conversational point was understood, and they're certainly taking that. I don't want to say serious necessarily, but it's certainly in the air, right? Certainly something that is a bullet point in terms of how responses need to be done and be enact, right? Protests continue in the countryside, where many locations and places have stated they are menacing businesses and banks. Miagwan, for example, where open businesses have been menaced by protesters, or at least a percentage of the protesters, and demanding that they stay closed during this period. Again, all with the idea of trying to force President Moise out. In addition, random roadblocks continue throughout. Certain areas continue to have a lot of difficulties receiving basic supplies because of protests and road blockages throughout the country. That still continues. We've had closures of certain businesses have happened. Matalek, one of the larger retail chains in Haiti, has closed their downtown branch, in addition to Innovec Auto Parts, in addition to Electrotechnique. I said it right the first time. Also have closed their downtown branches. And of course, those who know should appreciate that the downtown locations of Haiti is where a lot of the protests coalesce, right? Because that is where a lot of the government buildings are. And so a lot of the protests, they start in Pétionville, they start in Delma, they start in Cité Soleil, and then they all coalesce to the downtown area, right? And those businesses have been especially affected during this time, right? Other news important to talk about, of course, Delta has decided to restrict flights to Haiti starting in January, in effect, pulling out. But meanwhile, we have American Airlines who will begin 2 daily flights to Port-au-Prince and daily flights to Cap Haitien. Once again, they had paused for a couple months and they've returned. A big part of that reason wasn't necessarily lack of demand per se, but the fact that they were having issues with the 737 MAX. It's not sure if that's what's going on with the Delta, but certainly that may be a possibility, right? Okay, and that's really the updates as it relates to the protests and the updates in terms of how things are going. Even though we've had a nice degree of calm now, it's still uncertain, and I still would advise folks, unless you have particular business interests in the country, until things have legitimately died down and we've had a genuine final solution, to hold off on potentially travel into the country until things do finalize. Because not that you're physically in danger, but you just can't. It's really difficult to plan on going different places and doing different activities in the country when you have a random roadblock that may appear, or a group of protesters in between you and where you're going, right? So that's where we're going to end that particular set of news. Let's take a look in the comments, see what folks are saying, right? We have, let's see, Jason Durellis asking a question, asking, does Alibaba deliver to Haiti? Does Alibaba deliver to Haiti? I don't know. I don't know that question, to be quite honest. I don't know if Alibaba delivers to Haiti. Now, I do know there's people who specialize in bridging gaps between China and people in Haiti trying to import products or set up manufacturing operations for eventual shipping to Haiti. So I do know that exists, and there's people who specialize in that. In fact, I'll try to get one of these people at some point to talk on SeeJeanty about how they're doing and how they're operating. But I don't know specifically if that is something, right? And that's Jason. But then Juity asks, is she hiring reps? I guess she's probably responding to what I was talking about with Corrine. And best to email Ascania directly, ascania.ht. Ascania.ht. The contact information will be there. You can certainly reach out to them directly and see if that is something that she'd be willing to entertain. All right. We got Barbara Pierre. So happy You're on the live, absolutely. So Barbara Pierre, good to have you on the stream. First time I'm seeing your name, so happy to have you. Can you visit in December? I don't know if things can remain quiet like this, like it's been the past few days, then possibly yes. But the question is whether or not it's going to stay this quiet. That's a big question mark, very big question mark, right? But I probably would err on the side of making other plans for December if I were you guys, right? Just until the situation legitimately calms down, all right? Otherwise, unless you're gonna just go straight to your home, right? If you can just stay in one place the whole entire time you're in Haiti, I'd say come. But I'm more of the mindset. I'm in Haiti. I wanna go out. I want to do stuff. I want to go to different parts. I want to go to the beach one day. I want to go to Lake Azui the next day. I want to then go up to Kenskoff and check out Wind Farm another day. I want to move around. I want to then go to Jackmail my last day and surf. You know what I mean? So it's all in terms of what you're looking to do. If you're just looking to come hang out with some friends locally, then yeah, you can still come no matter how things are, because things are never dangerous in Haiti. Things are just inconvenient, right? For folks coming in for the most part. We got Tamara Jimenez. I definitely agree. New system, whole new system agrees. How long do you think this will continue? From Judy. Again, not sure. Few things are certain. Few things are certain, so we don't know. Edwin William, good to see you. Good to see you. Good morning. I think it's my second time seeing you, Edwin. If it's my first time, good to see you for the first time. Daniel Jean-Louis, it's good to have you on the stream. And again, guys, really special SeeJeanty on location. And I'll spill the beans. I got Daniel Jean-Louis as a guest talking about this book here. So make sure you have notifications on. If you're on YouTube, make sure you have your notifications on so you know as soon as I drop it. And which is probably going to be Wednesday. But everyone else, again, if it's your first time watching, make sure to go to SeeJeanty YouTube, subscribe, and so you can get it and be in the know as soon as it drops. Right? So good to see you, Daniel. Sean Saturn, it says, awesome. Some questions about Alibaba for president. We'll see if we can get somebody who specializes in that as that China middleman at some point soon. I'll write that down as a note to follow up on. We've got Evel Alexis. What role can Latin America play on Haiti rebuilding process? So what role can Latin America play on? I don't know. Listen, certainly I think any business, any country who really wants to engage in Haiti in terms of helping them help themselves in providing relationships, in particular, allowing Haitian products into their market, right? I'm sure that's probably the best way for Latin America to engage Haiti, to really help them with their economy, not just come in and dump rice like America has done, and dump other products like Canada has done, or brain drain our people like Chile has done, right? But legitimately say, hey, there's opportunity here in this country, and let's build a special, everything is win-win. So perhaps there is a product that that particular Latin American country can bring into Haiti, but also allow us to bring in some products ourselves. That's probably how I'd go about it if I was Latin America or advise Latin America to help with the country, right? But great question on that. And Shervy D, do appreciate you. Much appreciate the positive words, right? And let me grab some from IG here. We got Latouche saying, heard about 10,000 troops coming in once the U.S. Navy boat leaves. You're going to have to provide a citation on that, brother. Otherwise, it's fake news, man. No fake. This is a no fake news zone, right? If you're going to say stuff like that, provide citations from a reputable source, not just you thinking it, right? Until then, I really can't engage that thread of thought any further, other than to say, I haven't heard of it, right? And certainly, I would have heard of that if that was going to happen, right? So let's hop in, and that's a good jump-off point for our next news story. We have the USNS Comfort on our shores right now. They're a mobile hospital with over 700 medical professionals and 980 overall crew. It's a massive boat, and they're in Haiti for a couple days from the 8th until about the 13th or 14th. And they're treating, they estimate to treat about 4,000 to 6,000 Haitians. It's an incredible, massive operation. I mean, there's no other way to describe what they're doing. They have 12 operating rooms on the ship, with 5 in actually service right now for Haiti. They have 50 beds, in addition to 4 rooms for intensive care, which each themselves have 12 beds, right? They have 4 X-ray rooms, and they're able to generate their own oxygen from the air. In addition, they're able to convert per day 30,000 gallons of seawater into water that can be used, just general water, right? So an incredible operation when you sit and really look at what this ship's able to do. And they also have Haitian doctors from Haiti, on board, helping with translation, helping with learning, helping with their capacity in terms of knowing the uniqueness of the Haitian, physique, right? Participating as well, in addition to the medical professionals there. And Haiti is the last leg of a 12th country tour, where, again, previously they visited Ecuador, Peru, Costa Rica, Panama, Colombia, Trinidad and Tobago, Grenada, St. Lucius, St. Kitts and Nevis. And they've, stopped here. And this is something that was announced last March. So I heard initially when folks were hearing this, they thought it was something else in terms of, some sort of push from the U.S. to kind of help change the narrative in terms of what's going on. This was called for ages ago, long before the situation. And I can tell you, it's certainly, personally speaking, I feel it's a bittersweet, thing that's happened, because certainly the 6,000 or so Haitians are going to be helped with real treatment, of real surgery that they weren't going to be able to get in the country. A lot of these operations aren't capable with the equipment available, or if are available, very expensive, right? The fact that they're going to have that's phenomenal. But the fact that this is only here for a couple of days and then they're gone, and then what, right? And then what? And the fact that Haiti doesn't have these sort of facilities. I mean, the other countries they visited, there is some facilities to service a lot of these operations there, but of course, there a lot of these places like in Ecuador they are certainly suffering much more in terms of consistent crime, consistent violence, and consistent poverty, as much as Haiti. But they do have some facilities to some extent. But Haiti not having, frankly, almost any facilities in terms of hospital and medical care, and the fact that, again, this boat's only here for a couple of days, and then who knows when you'll have this level of service again. Last time they were here, in fact, was during an earthquake in 2011. That's the last time U.S. in its comfort was in Haiti. Certainly bittersweet that to know that, again, you have Haitians finally receiving some much needed care, medical care, but the fact that to know that Haiti is certainly not going to get anything like this anytime soon on its own shores for its own self is certainly something that drives me to continue to push forward in Haiti and push forward with what I'm doing, because things can't stay this way, and we need an all hands deck mindset to see what can we all provide in terms of helping change the economic situation. Because at the end of the day, you can build hospitals here, but if there's no way for Haitians to pay for it, right? And that's either directly themselves because they don't have jobs, and or the government itself being so corrupt and so incompetent that they can't publicly figure out a scheme to pay for medical services for all Haitians, which is the ideal way to go, by the way. There's something wrong with that, and there's certainly something that we have to do and say as those in the diaspora to be able to help that situation out. And I'll leave that conversation there. This is certainly a topic that we can really talk about, the medical situation in the country. But I think that's where I'm in it personally. Let me see what you guys are saying here in the comments. Let's see what you guys are saying. We have Edwin Williams asking, I know there's a lot of the players, connections with China and other big players, but has anyone in the business communities made the connection with some of the African players like Nigeria, Ghana, and other? That's a great question. And that's something that I certainly, if I'm waiting for a president in Haiti to really push that, to really say, you know what, it's not just America we can do business with. It's not just Canada we can do business with. It's not just Europe we can do business with, but we have countries that are growing in Africa, between Nigeria, between Ghana, between Rwanda, between Ethiopia, between South Africa, that we can engage and provide products to, right? I'm not sure how the mango market is in any of the countries I just said, but certainly Haitian mangoes can find a niche, right? Certainly our cacao can find a niche, right? We have a lot of potential products native to Haiti that can find a niche, and it can make it win-win, because I know there's a lot of unique things Nigeria can provide that can also find a niche, right? For example, Nigerian cloth, like the way they make their clothes, a Nigerian clothing style, that certainly has a connection. And there's other countries outside of the big ones I just mentioned, like Benin. There's a massive Benin connection. People who've been to Benin, and Benin is a place I certainly want to go as well at some point. They say it's the second. That's because a lot of Haitians, genetically come from Benin, and a lot of the culture that residual into what has made Haiti today can be seen in its purest form in Benin, right? And certainly, and for the longest, we had an embassy in Benin because of that deep connection. Though I believe it's been closed for some years now. But I'm certainly, I love that comment, Edwin, and certainly the measure of a president I'm gonna respect and I'm gonna fight for, would be a president that on day one makes it easier to do business, not just by doing a media campaign like Martelly did, but legitimately change the laws to make it so, it doesn't take 3 months and $4,000 to register a business, but one day and $100, just like in Dominican Republic across the street. It's $100 in one day, and you get a corporation registered. In Haiti, it's $3,000 and 3 months. Right? Something's wrong with that. Right? And any Haitian president that's serious about changing the economic condition of the country will, on day one, pass an executive order to make that different. And again, the second thing too would be a president that takes the African connection very serious and legitimately tries to forge an economic relationship with any country, all countries in Africa. So thanks for that comment, Edwin. Great comment. Right. Let's see here. I'm supposed to have a guest here. Let me see if the guest is going to be able to come in or not. And so what else are people saying? We have Yvonne responding to that. Alibaba do deliver, but it's going to determine what you want to import. All right, good to know. Thanks, Sherv D, for that response there. I just suspect they would deliver, but again, it depends on the product. Bounce Bougie saying some African countries don't want to do anything to do with other Black countries outside of Africa. That is a problem. That is certainly a problem. There is a limit. There's very limited inter-African trade. And that's something that African Union is supposed to help with. But again, that's a tangent. We'll get in that some other time, right? Right. And the conversation, the theme in the chat is really about African Union right now, which is okay. It's all good. Love to see that. It's all good. All right. So next news story has to do with food insecurity. The World Food Program indicating food insecurity has increased considerably during this crisis. The hard figures are about 3.7 million Haitians in severe food insecurity, and 1 million in emergency situation defined as having a very, very difficult situation, near famine like conditions in terms of finding subsistence. And certainly that's something we do have to talk about. And I've been talked about a few times, given particularly Port-au-Prince is one animal, but the provinces is another, especially given that so much of the products that come in from the outside, right? Give me 1 second. Right, given so many products, come from the outside into Port-au-Prince or into OCAP, they still have to commute to, Saint Mark or Gwenaïve or Port-au-Prince, and or Jérémy and or Nipez, Miagwan, Okay, they have to commute there. And if there's road blockages and other situations, other difficulties, those places are going to be hard to get to, right? And so a lot of folks are keeping an eye on that. In fact, one of the things the USNS Comfort did do was provide several metric tons of food aid and food supply. And we're going to keep a very close eye on that situation. Again, the world is keeping an eye on that. And in fact, the U.S. did also provide through the World Bank another set of a few thousand tons of food aid as well, and that was distributed through the World Food Program. And so that is being addressed, and the international community, though, are mostly staying hands off right now. They have at least stepped up in that regard, which again, mixed feelings, because as much as we do need help, the help we truly need is one where the economic and legal system in Haiti incentivizes farmers to grow for themselves and to sell, incentivizes and provides direct subsidies and investment, to help these farmers grow and get out of the situation of being dependent on food from the outside, right? When you have situations where rice imported is taxed at 0%, and and rice grown out of your own soil is taxed at 10%. There's something wrong. There's something wrong there, right? So that's where we're going to end that story, and we'll keep an eye on it. Additionally, we want to talk about the USCIS Office. I did see somebody ask about the embassy situation. The embassy situation being referred to is the fact that the department, the USCIS office, which was formerly INS, but the INS 2002, the INS was dissolved into 3 department bureaus: the USCIS, ICE, and Customs and Border Patrol, and where USCIS performed a lot of the INS functions, including work visas, asylum, citizenship, administration of immigration benefits. Again, anything that you knew what INS was involved in, they're doing employment authorization, stuff like that. So they had a local office here in Haiti that also administered to a lot of other places in the Caribbean. They closed down. This isn't new. Since last March, earlier in May this year, they announced, the Department of Homeland Security, which all these departments report to, announced that they will be closing up to 13 other branches around the world. Haiti was a part of that. Instead, moving towards implementing a lot of these projects to either online, by mail, and or by the U.S. Embassy that is located near the particular country. 1 second. Stuck in my throat. Right? And so it was a lot of questions on what this meant and what this implied for the larger Haiti in general and its connection to America and immigration policy. And it's nothing specifically targeted towards Haiti. It's just something that it's a general strategy of the Trump administration to streamline things. But also, as we know, he's not a fan of immigration in general. And certainly it's something that is going to move things to be a little more nuanced and tricky for folks to navigate now that office, now that our physical presence is no longer there, and you have to either engage online or by going to the embassy, which has a lot of other stuff going on in addition, right? So again, don't panic. It's not necessarily anything that anyone should be worried about. It's not going to affect anybody's immigration processes, and that's really that news story. Take a quick glance, see what folks are saying in the chat. We have a Wapmini asking, I believe some people want to get importing, exporting as agent without warehousing the actual products, but not sure. I guess he's talking about drop shipping there, and that's related to the Alibaba, perhaps. I'm not too sure about that. So living Nico and Gina saying U.S. playing savior and devil. Certainly one way to look at it. All this free rice can't keep happening. It's happening. And, until we get leaders that really hone in on stopping that and figuring out how to incentivize rice to happen in America, in Haiti, it's going to continue to be in that situation. We got Emmanuel Christian, first time seeing you in the chat. Hello. Need to set laws and how they charge things for IT from rent, flights, and others. I agree. Yeah, even flights. The taxes flying out of Haiti is about $100 in tax relative to flying in America, where taxes are generally about 10 to 15. Right. So certainly something to think about on a lot of different fronts, not just agriculture, but even tourism is adversely affected when you have a plane ticket that is in effect $100 more expensive than it really needs to be. Right. 0% tax on imported rice. A lot of folks don't know that, but that's the truth, right? And that happened under Jovenel. The guy who was pushing agriculture before Jovenel came into power. Tax on imported rice was at least 3%, right? But last year he moved it down to 0% in a vain attempt to decrease food prices, when we know the real thing we need is more production locally. But instead, he did the very opposite thing and made it more attractive for foreign importers to come in and provide and dump their products in the country. And so, I feel like he needs to go, but we'll leave that alone. You guys who've been watching know my perspective on that already. Right? Haiti talks jobs. They currently don't have an army, but that would employ many. That's something I hear a lot from the diaspora, a desire to want the army. It goes back to how do you pay for that, right? They can barely pay their police officers on time, right? They barely pay their police officers on time. So I'm not too sure how else they would pay a very large army, standing army. But yes, I guess that's a conversation for another day, right? All right, and we're caught up in the chat. So let's talk about the wage increase. We have a wage increase, 19%. Wages have increased by 19% from about 420 good to about 500 good a day for garment and industrial workers, and that's about $5.30 a day for 8-hour day work shift. Which again sounds bad, right? But remember, Haiti is a place where those who aren't working in these industries make $2 a day on average, right? So the fact that these guys working here in the garment industry, textiles, making clothes, are able to make per day, what is that, 3 to 4 times more the salary. And again, remember, this is on average. Some days they go for zero for many days for a stretch, right? But the reality, though, is despite the 20% increase in the wage, you're seeing something closer to $6. A real wage, even though the real wage is $5.30, just a couple months last year, the real wage was closer to $6. But the depreciation of the good, on top of the increasing of inflation, has, even though the real wage has gone up by 19%, the nominal wage has gone up by 19%, the real wage has still gone down, right, by a significant amount between now and then, right? So a lot of folks are saying that this increase is simply superficial, which is true, and simply for more use to buy time and buy favor, which is probably true, right? Because again, when you look at the real wage and the real impact of the economy, and a lot of these people, and this is for the folks who still have their jobs, given the fact that we've been in crisis for months now, A lot of businesses have closed their doors. Thousands of jobs, thousands of people are without jobs. And so for the few that still have their jobs, this increase is frankly, not enough, right? Let's jump to the next news story. We have the la programme d'appuyer les entrepreneurs. Oh, y'all judging me right now. Y'all need to stop. Stop it. Stop it. The Youth Entrepreneurship Support Program, right? Le programme d'appuyer les entrepreneurs jeunesse. All right, there. Get off me. Right? PAPAJ for short, which was launched by President Jovenel last year, right? Has done a second round of funding of entrepreneurs, where 3,000 applications that were accepted and 150 were selected. Last year, they had 250,000 good provided to winners. This year, they provided 2 million good, which is equivalent to $20,000, up to $20,000 provided to 150 young entrepreneurs with different ideas. Now, someone's gonna have to help me out, because when I was doing my research on the story, I couldn't find a specific place where I could find out about the 150 people selected. All right, there isn't a place online I can go. Digicel had something very similar about 3-4 months ago, sorry, where they awarded about a group of 10 or so entrepreneurs $10,000, right? But that was published online. You could see very easily, what the different ideas were, and have a sense of where they're going. I can't find that. I couldn't find that anywhere online, right? So again, if someone has that, wants to drop that link for me, anyways, I appreciate it. But I find that very suspicious that I couldn't find details on specifically who the entrepreneurs were and what the ideas they had to drive entrepreneurial growth, right? Ça c'est un problème, right? And the final news story I want to talk about is the Caribbean Cycling Championship. That was something I've been talking about very early in the Haiti Biz News program, as something I was looking forward to and seeing. But unfortunately, because of it was supposed to happen in October, unfortunately that didn't happen because of the protests, and that's when the protests were, just a few weeks ago, were most in their throes. But of course, they did have a backup plan because they knew what Haiti is, and Haiti is a place you need backup plans. And they instead held it in Cuba. The cycling competition was held in Cuba, and we do have some positive news for Haiti. The Haitian representative, Yuslin Johoy, made bronze, right? Yuslin Johoy made bronze. So we were able to get on the platform. We made third place. So big ups to Yuslin for repping Haiti at a very difficult time and allowing Haiti to get on the podium. It would have been much more sweet if he was able to do it in his own country, like originally planned. We certainly hope if the country can calm down, maybe next year we could have part 2 or the next version also in Haiti, right? And so those have been main news stories for the day, for the week that happened. And there is certainly some signs of optimism because, again, the opposition has provided signs of organization, has provided clear steps to move forward. One update I didn't mention was the saga between President Moise and the electricity companies. They had on the 5th, they had a ultimatum to pay in 3 days. Particularly SeeJeanty had 3 days to pay what they owed, and from my sources, they didn't pay because they're saying the state owes them 250 mil, whereas the state's saying they owe them 230. And that's kind of where things are at right now, where the state has not taken over any electricity companies, even though they've informed in public that they're getting ready to take them over. And the executive order was written in that language to say, get ready to take things over, but nothing has been taken over, with the exception of BRH, the Central Bank of Haiti, has not paid SeeJeanty a penny since that executive order. So the question really becomes, what's been apparent in the talk of the town has been, what exactly is President Moise doing with that money, right? And secondly, it's become obvious to many people on the street that it was just a play for the money of the electricity companies and not necessarily any reform, right? So that's the update on that. We'll keep an eye on that and, of course, provide that update when we can, right? So I have a special guest with me. We have the executive director of United Front of the Haitian Diaspora, Audi Kadi, with us. We're going to bring him on in just a moment. Of course, his organization has been very involved in Haiti, providing, working with during the time of the amendment, working with to try to get the Haitian diaspora a part of the conversation, not more than the system, right? And certainly, I can tell you that the silver bullet isn't going to be the Haitian diaspora being involved, but I can tell you having a new input won't hurt, right? Because I can tell you that with the current inputs that have brought about the system, it hasn't worked, right? And to expect the same results with the same inputs, that's what Einstein called insanity, right? And certainly, allowing the diaspora, within reason, right? Residency period, right? More engagement directly by being able to run for office, but also access, having senators to represent them, like the DR. The DR has representatives for the Dominicans living abroad, and Dominicans living abroad can vote for the senators who represent them, right? And you can see the results of a more inclusive political environment for every Dominican, i.e. a Dominican Republic that is in the top position in terms of growth and economic opportunity. And why not get pieces of that playbook and replicate it for ourselves? So without much further ado, let me go ahead and get Albert Kadi in here. Let's take a look. Let's get him on there. Boom. Albert, how are you, my brother? Let me get my little headphone in here so I can hear you.
Good morning, Chris. I hope I'm coming loud and clear.
There we go. I can hear you loud and clear.
Awesome.
I can hear you loud and clear. Good morning. Glad you could make it this morning. I know a little bit of short notice, but there's
here.
Afternoon. That's what it is. Yeah, it is afternoon. I know there's a lot of stuff going on in Haiti, but I did want to get you on here for a couple minutes now for two reasons. First, to provide your perspective in terms of what the Haitian diaspora could do. Secondly, what is the United Front of the Haitian Diaspora? How are you guys being engaged in ensuring that the Haitian diaspora have a seat at the table in terms of what's going on right now? And third, general updates. I know last time we talked, I can tell you one of my most popular videos was when you were on air speaking with me. A lot of folks were really interested and happy to see that. The big criticism from the Haitian diaspora is you guys aren't organized. You guys can't come together and put a platform together and impact the change. But and a lot of people didn't know about the United Front, even though you guys have been active for years, since 2010, right? And so just the general update on how you guys are doing. So floor is yours, Albert.
Well, good morning, Chris, and hello to everybody who's watching this podcast. Hello to all my brothers and sisters in Haiti. So the United Front has been operating for many years, obviously, but we did change the name of the organization. Many of the movements that were done in the early 2000s were coalesced under this United Front. Just because we wanted, we were moving from the space of the nonprofit structure that many organizations were operating under, to a new stature which gives us the legal standing to actually do advocacy and get more political activity. So we've moved activities that were done, for example, Fortify Haiti in Chicago, during the early 2000 worked for amending the Constitution, moved that to United Front because that was too political for that 501c3 organization to be engaged in. Okay, so that's just one example. So this organization is now re-registered under a more political structure, so we can fully engage into the political aspect. We have so far joined with many organizations in the States, in Canada, in Europe, Australia, Jamaica, other countries in the Caribbean. We are continuing reaching out. We are working with an organization right now in the Bahamas, and that's been working together to put to respond to the hurricane that happened. So the idea that I do hear a lot that the diaspora is not organized. I beg to differ. There are many Haitians organizations that are doing different things, especially in the nonprofit charity space. We have mega churches that are operating in the United States. Now, when it comes to political, it's you could not, with all reason, to think that 4 million people would actually fall under one tent. So we do have different tendencies in the diaspora, just like we have different tendencies in Haiti. That does not mean that the organization that they're not organized. It means that they're not under one umbrella. The United Front has many organizations that is under the umbrella, and on a daily now we are making new MOUs with organizations in the States and in Haiti that are working together to see how we can help Haiti in a more efficient manner. In 2010, I spearhead the organization responding to the earthquake from the embassy of the from the Haitian embassy in Washington D.C. And all the organizations, regardless of different state they were working on, because there was no communication and no access to transportation, that was all coordinated by GWHRC under the auspice of the embassy. And we've organized plane trips. So we work together to respond. We need to be more efficient, certainly. We are working on that. But the idea that every Haitian in the diaspora will belong to one organization. Remember, the diaspora is not an organization. The diaspora is a condition that we are living, that people who live outside the state. So if I was in Haiti, I probably would belong to one party, and Chris, you probably could belong to another party. This is still happening in the diaspora, right? But generally, all Haitians, just like the people in Haiti, in different parties have different position on how they want to move the country forward. We all have the best interests of that country, and trying to do the best to help the people of Haiti.
Sure. So yeah, and appreciate the update. I think a lot of folks were waiting on that. So tell us, what is the United Front doing right now in the time of crisis and the political back and forth? How are you guys helping fan the flame calmer, less, not make it worse, but fan it so it dies down? And secondly, how are you guys engaged with the actors on the ground to ensure that whatever comes out of this, may be a transitional government, that hopefully doesn't just make a new president and keeps the same system, but more importantly, how are you guys helping ensure that diaspora is part of the new system that comes about all this very difficult time?
We at the United Front we've been very concerned with Haiti, not with a particular administration. We've been working incessantly for many years, identifying issues that are causing this continuous cycle that we are going through. We've worked, we've proposed many law changes. We have proposed many changes to the Constitution. Unfortunately, the Parliament left without putting the amendment of the Constitution on the table to be discussed by the next Parliament. We in this current crisis, the diaspora, the United Front does have a position that we have published, and we have one member among other members of the diaspora who is in Haiti right now as observers and to contribute to the conversation. And the United Front is ready and willing to be a facilitator, to be a group that that will sit with anybody in Haiti to move the agenda forward. There's no winners in the situation that's going on right now, where we have the past 4 days the country has a little bit open, but we are still living in a pay lock situation. There will be no winners in the situation. Many losers, however, when the country will lose a lot of opportunities. People will lose the loss of life, loss of property, loss of moral sense, moral compass. It will take us years to actually get back to normal. If we need to stop this as quickly as possible and find a solution that is durable to move forward. Changing one name to another is not the solution for Haiti. Everybody who is involved right now should realize that, and everybody should be sitting together, coming up with a solution that is going to take the country out of the situation that it is. Certainly, what happened this weekend with the groups getting together and formulating different opinion, you can see there are contentions, and they've been able to resolve issues and coming up. But we do want to see everybody on the table coming up with Haiti first solution, so that this doesn't repeat in another 6 months or 2 years situation. So, positions that the United Front is clearly stating is that the front thinks that we need to an establishment of an emergency representative management council that would help to run the country on a day-to-day basis. So you would have that council taking certain action. That council would actually negotiate with the president to transfer his power and in a peaceful manner, that the country could move forward. They would definitely require the acting prime minister to resign in such a way to create a unity government. And looking forward, it's very important to have to see what's going on. I mean, you've asked me what have we been doing. We've also been good ambassadors in the countries that we do live in, to constantly fan out what's going on in Haiti and trying to explain why Haiti is the crisis. That, I mean, when you hear the reports on Haiti, it's almost like it's chaos rather than there's a protest for human rights that's going on. And we constantly do that, constantly saying that the what's going on is the situation is not unlike so what you see in Chile. It's not unlike what you see in Lebanon. It's not unlike what you see in Taiwan. That people are fed up. People are fed up in the way they are living, and that they are asking for change in the system that's going on, and it's a fair thing. And that's if the diaspora is doing service to Haiti, is doing that, because too often they look at us as people. If we protest, we are an unruly group of people, as opposed to seeing that we have issues to bring in civil rights. There's no reason why people in Haiti are living in dire poverty, where you have government not responding to their needs, when they do hear that there are billions of dollars that are squandered from the Petro-Caribe to the $1.50 that we are paying, that we don't know where it's going. We need accountability. The people are asking for accountability in Haiti, and they should get it. It's their government. The government doesn't own the people. The people do own the government. They work for them, and that's too often lost in how politics is perceived in Haiti.
All right, so sounds like you guys have a position, very clear that Joe Biden needs to go. We want a transitional component, and I do know, given that you had representatives yesterday there, that you guys are going to be a part of the Haitian diaspora voice, right? And again, to be clear, you guys, as you said, you guys aren't there to represent all of the Haitian diaspora, right? That's impossible. There's too many views, different ideas, which is fine. That's part of proper democracy, right? Different perspectives, but nonetheless, you're there to ensure that those perspectives have a seat at the table to voice their perspectives in the first place, right? And that's great to know. And I can tell you too, being in that room, there was a United Front of the Haitian Diaspora, and there was another group, I believe, run by the person who runs the 1804 Institute, and that was it. There was no other diaspora groups in there. Really, they're the specific goal of observing and ensuring that the Haitian diaspora isn't forgotten in these conversations. And that's props to you guys. Again, I see a lot of other groups they say they're for political engagement in Haiti and doing things. I say they're doing things, but you guys are the only group I know that actually have troops on the ground doing stuff, right? And I'm all about action. That's why I do what I'm doing. And I incorporate myself with other people who are actors, who act. And I certainly see that with United Front. You guys are certainly actors, right?
Yes, I mean, and we continue to call all that diaspora organization. I know yesterday there was a talk in New York regarding the reintegration of the diaspora, which is what United Front is all about, is to bring Haitians together in the diaspora and see how we can reintegrate the life in Haiti and be very efficient about it. So we are open to anybody who wants to join us. We live in a democracy where we understand people have different views. But the objectives, the end goal is to have a Haiti that's working. It's to not have the need for comfort to be in Haiti. That's the only time a person in Haiti will see a doctor, right? We have many doctors in the diaspora that are Haitian descent. The other day somebody asked me, in a very high place, by the way, asked me when we lobbied that the justice system in Haiti needs some revamping, but we would like some people in the diaspora to go and help in that manner. And the person asked me, "You have Haitian attorneys?" I'm like, not only we have Haitian attorneys, we have actually two attorney generals in the state, one in Chicago and one in Illinois. People are more familiar with Chicago as Chicago is not a state, Illinois is a state. We have the AG there. Attorney General is Haitian descent. The first Attorney General in Washington D.C. is Haitian descent. Just to name a few, we have many judges that are Haitian descent. We have lawyers. We have tons of lawyers. We have tons of doctors. We have tons of IT people. We have tons of, you name it. We in New York, we pretty much we run the hospitals, both from doctor sides and nursing sides, right? So in many respects, that you'll find Haitians that are very capable of what they're doing, and we need to find a way to, and I want to give kudos to all different organizations, the law associations, nursing association, engineering associations, all these different association professionals, Haitian professionals, NAHAP, they're all doing great work, and they're all doing it on behalf of Haitians and Haiti. We need to just somehow find a way to be more efficient. Don't forget that we sent over $4.2 billion to Haiti. Last I checked, countries that we think that we beg to, we go to Taiwan, we're asking for 150 million. Okay, U.S. is giving us about 800 million. Okay, so if you take all the donors that are sending money to Haiti, that we think those are people that are supporting us, we give more money by like tenfold. So people have to understand that the diaspora is the biggest donor that Haiti has.
I love
it's
that.
a partner that you
Because when you
cannot.
think about IMF is trying to give us 250 mil, but
And
the
they'll give you a lot
diaspora
of restriction.
Yeah, right. But the diaspora last year alone, we gave $3 billion.
Yeah, the number is now almost 4.2 billion.
I believe it.
Okay, so when I hear people say, should the diaspora be integrated? Should the diaspora be on the table? Now, I hear people talk about the core group. The core group is nothing compared to the diaspora. If the diaspora stops sending money tomorrow, we shut down this country, period.
Yeah.
And that's including if the other countries beef up their money and say, okay, we're still gonna give you a 150 million that we promised you. We could shut down this place. We won't because we are Haitians. We are part of Haiti. We are the people. We're not. I mean, the idea that people talk about Haitian in the diaspora or calling us quote unquote diaspora, there's no such thing. Haitians never left. We may have left, but our lombric, is somewhere buried in that land, and it keeps calling us. And we never left, and we will not be leaving. So we should be on the table. We demand to be on the table because we are the biggest donor by far. When I say by far, I'm talking about 10 to 15 times all the donors combined.
I love that. And that's a good way to end that. But I do want to bring some comments in. I think the one question I had here from Alfred, she said, asked, what about partnerships with Cuba? I guess she's asking, how are we doing in terms of, bringing other players in the economic sphere? And I know you guys have a lot of organizations in the Bahamas and Jamaica. I know you have Dominican Republic. You have organizations that you're working with in those areas. So maybe you can talk a little bit about that. Your players internationally, and maybe what are your thoughts about getting an organization or two in Cuba involved in the United Front?
Wherever Haitians are organized, they can become part of the United Front. We are reaching out as the executive director. One of my roles is to beef up the membership of the United Front individually via organization, and to be more representative. Again, keep in mind that not everybody will belong to the United Front, and those that are not of the same positions, we urge them to organize themselves and join groups that have the same views, such that we can do bigger things in Haiti. Such that imagine creating a fund. Instead of sending the $4.2 million in the way that we're sending it. And incidentally, I know there are some economists listening to us today, and I want to mention Daniel Jean-Louis. whom I think you're going to have a program with soon. That is listening. Um, when you look at the amount of money that the diaspora sent, and if you look at the imports in from the Dominican Republic, it often mirrors each other. So basically, we were basically just sending food for consummation from the Dominican Republic. So we may as well just send that money to the Dominican Republic. We're going to start a campaign where we asking people that we are sending money to spend more of your money buying local goods. In fact, the local goods are better for you. Okay, there's a Haitian group, doctors from Canada. They were just in Haiti. They were working in Tigouave, and they realized the number of people with diabetes that they saw in the city. As they moved toward the mountain, there were less diabetes cases as you go to the mountain. You know why? Because the people in the mountain are eating good food. They're eating local products. They're not eating that GE that's killing them. Guys, I mean, GE is killing you. You spend too much money buying this product outside when our GE is better than their GE.
GPE, yep.
Yeah, we have a lot of products that are organic that Americans or any other places are paying top dollar for, but we want the canned food. Stop that.
Yep.
Stop buying the canned food. We really want you to start buying local products. That's how we're going to improve. You're going to increase the capacity of the country, encourage the local agriculture. I saw somebody mention agriculture. And we need to align our tariff to protect certain product. Now, people will say, government may say, well, the international organizations won't let us do that. That is not true. Every other country have taken positions where they say, hey, we understand you, WTO, but these products are our, they make the basic fabric of our economy, and we need to protect them. So you have to have these policies aligned. But imagine if the Haitians start using that money for local products, so how much we can boost that economy. Also, if we can create a fund when, let's just say, $500 million a year. How many hospitals can we build? How many airports can we build every year? Getting 500 million in a fund, when we could actually pay an interest to the diaspora, pretty much, right? So we can get into businesses that are profitable, but it will be funded by this fund. Like I said, whatever small percentage that you take of the diaspora remittance, it's bigger than the donors. So they need to start focusing on the diaspora and see, I see presidents come to other states with all delegations to actually trying to get something from these other countries. I don't see this effort toward the diaspora. I don't see they calling the diaspora like other countries have been calling the diaspora. Okay, countries like Eritrea. Okay, if I was an Eritrean right now and I wanted to go back to my country, I can call the department that will say, you want to come back? We're going to give you a piece of land so you can come back, and give you a time definite to build on it. Because if they know if you build there, you will come back and you will bring your kids so there are countries that have great models of how to bring back the diaspora. The Haitian the Haitian government, because they are the one that doing the policies. Their attitude toward the diaspora is that it's a group that we just need money from. You guys are not organized, and so on and so forth. I really want them to really start thinking that the diaspora is their best bet in the future, and we need to work together to create this new vision, which the United Front is asking for. Not only have a group discussion yesterday that talks about how we're going to take power, how we're going to topple Jovenel and then put somebody else so we can topple them tomorrow. We're talking about sit down and create a plan for 25 years so that we put this country in a trajectory that will, that will really take this country and propel it forward.
I agree, and again, I totally agree with you. Again, when I like citing Israel and the fact that very early on in the inception for Israel, they said they understood that their talent pool was abroad in other countries, and they made a concrete effort to bring that talent back. And when you look at Haiti and you see that 84% of its educated workforce, its productivity, because education is usually when people are doing studies and they try to say, okay, how do I measure the productivity of a person? They usually say by educational skill level. And when you say 84% of your Haitians that have diplomas are abroad, that means your productivity is abroad, and a smart, intelligent administration will make it priority number one to bring them back and import them. Albert, I'm glad you came on today. I'm glad you're able to provide your perspective.
Chris, before you go, I would be remiss if after the last point you made, that there's a policy in Haiti to actually cultivate the Haitian people by sending them outside. It's not Chile's fault if they're trying to attract workers and Haitians are going to them. It's the fault of our government that doesn't have a policy for resources. And I've heard it from people who are in political arena in Haiti to say it's a good policy because these people go work somewhere and then they send money. It's a wrong policy. We need to keep the brains in Haiti. If you don't have the brains there, you lose them. Now, I want to also make sure that people understand that if you follow, there's a clear graph of 1960s and migration outside the Haiti and the increase on remittance. Okay, so many countries now, such as the United States, they're not taking as many people as they did before. So my prediction is that what's going to happen in the remittances is that it will take a dip as well. Okay, and if you don't integrate my kids, I have 2 tickets right now for me and one of my daughters who wanted to go and do a mission in Haiti, and we haven't been able to do it because the country is not in a condition that I want to bring my kid. But if I do not bring my kid, I was born in Haiti, left when I was 14, okay, and yeah, I'm still in touch. I mean, by now I could have said, well, I'm pretty much an American product, but no, I didn't. And most people who are in my situation, I think, Chris, you came even probably younger than I did, and now you're back in Haiti bringing. So that's the diaspora. We want to be connected. I did forget my train of thought where I was gonna go with that, but
sorry, Chris. That's all good. That's about education and being abroad.
Yeah, and one way to actually recapture that brain drain, we have tons of professors, doctors who are in retirement now. That could be they would be giving their resources for free. They would be too happy to teach at a university. Look at, I'm sitting in Washington, you are in Haiti, and we're having this conversation. There isn't any reason why it couldn't be a class at a university. And like I said, many Haitians would actually do this for free. I
taught economics at Miami Dade College.
Yeah, so they could be teaching this thing. Right. That's one way to recapture the brain drain. And do not make the mistake of letting my kids not be connected to Haiti, because if they're not connected, you're gonna lose them, and you're gonna lose them forever. And there's a generation that's retired. I'm still going, but soon I will be retired, and then you have my kids, and hopefully you have recaptured them. But if you didn't, well, too bad. You're going to lose them, and that's forever.
Well, don't retire from United Front. We need you. Keep at it, right?
Yes, we'll be here. We'll be here for a while.
Albert, thanks so much. And again, guys, to contact the United Front, the website. Let me go ahead and show it here on screen. It is the United Front, HaitianUnitedFront.org, HaitianUnitedFront.org. Feel free, take a look on that site. A lot of stuff, a lot of news, a lot of things going on. Right, Albert. Again, thanks so much for coming.
Yeah, Chris, Jack George just mentioned exactly what I think they probably typed that before I said it. That that if we lose the connection with our kids, then that's a missed opportunity as well.
Very true. Very true. All right, Albert. Have a great Sunday. Appreciate you, brother, and I hope to have you back again soon to also provide another update on how things are going with United Front and the progress your continual progress that you guys are doing. All right.
Let's just say Haiti's better days is ahead of it. It's hard to believe, but it's better days are ahead of it.
I agree with you, brother. All right, Albert.
Take care, buddy.
Take care. All right, Albert, thanks so much for coming on, providing that perspective, much needed. And I think a lot of folks whenever folks can hear a voice that isn't mine, it's always a good thing, right? Because I certainly don't want to dominate the perspective. There's a lot of different perspectives, a lot of different people doing some great things. And then over time, I certainly would like to do more of that, during the Haiti Business News Show, our weekly segment, perhaps bring someone on air, provide what their activity is going and doing, just to provide, different perspectives. So we'll see if we can do more of that. Hey, if you guys liked it, you guys tell me, did you guys like that? Looking forward to that response. So we're going to end that right there. I appreciate the engagement. Love that. Appreciate how much folks have really turned up for the weekly show. Really have stayed consistent. I do appreciate that. It certainly gives me the juice and energy to wake up early Sunday and prepare the show and then stick on for we're on 2 hours now, 2 hours that we're in all this thing here. So do appreciate that. Remember, guys, the YouTube SeeJeanty is the official channel. YouTube SeeJeanty. We have this awesome new video with Ascania chocolates. Corinne of Ascania, Haitian, who grew up in Haiti, left, didn't have to come back. She got a degree from Wharton Business School, University of Michigan, doing big things. Didn't have to come back. She came back and started. Really, truly, I'm envious. A dream business that I would love to start, which is, cultivating chocolate from Haiti, working with farmers. She's working with blue collar workers to help package and prepare it. White collar employees to sort of, accounting and the whole corporate administration is in Haiti, and then she sells it abroad. So, and if you haven't seen that video yet, please, please, please. Don't just disconnect from this video. Go watch that Escania video. It's really cool. And then share it. Make sure to share it. HaitiBusinessNews.com for, Monday through Friday. We're even though we're not on air Monday through, daily anymore, HaitiBusinessNews.com automatically goes to all the websites, grabs all the relevant business information, translates it, puts it in English, right, for you. So make it a point. Haiti Biz News, Haiti BIZ News.com. And in fact, let me type it just to help you guys out a little bit. HaitiBizNews.com. Okay. And finally, of course, the NAAHP conference is happening November 22nd, 23rd. So do make it a point to go and check that out. For some reason, my HaitiBizNews.com didn't go out for some reason. But it's in the comments. And then the NAAHP conference as well, the National Association of Haitian Professionals doing a conference November 22nd, 23rd. I'll be there. So hopefully, if you guys see me, don't be a stranger. Come up, let's chat. Love to find out what you guys are doing in person, right? And see how, I can help, right? And of course, if you appreciate this conversation, you feel that it was value added, you guys really had gained from the conversations from all the folks who were commenting, the Albert Kadi, who was representing the United Front, myself. Do me a favor, share the stream, right? The more people who can, so maybe it's too late for them to directly contribute to the conversation, but they certainly can still watch it. They certainly can still leave a comment, which I'll read and respond to. And I think we had a lot of qualitative conversations today that, let's share that. Let's get some more people in the know of knowledge. And knowledge is going to be a big part of how Haiti moves forward, right? Engagement and knowledge. Right. So again, guys, we'll be back next Sunday, 11 a.m. Right. So until we're back at it again, we'll be back at it again. And the Haiti Biz News Show weekly, Sundays, 11 a.m. bringing you news as keep you informed, engaged, and reacting in the most optimal way for your business, investment, entrepreneurial activity. I'll see you guys later. Peace.